Hey everybody, so this is Jupyter Notebook, and this is a Python script that looks at a directory and it finds all of the Dynamo files, and it'll go through subfolders and it opens up that file and then finds the packages, the dependencies in that file, so you can figure out what scripts are using packages or third-party packages or even your own internal package. I thought this would be worth sharing because of some of the updates that were made that affect Dynamo and scripts that are using those third-party packages. And so this is a quick way for you to find out what packages are out there. I have created a video on this sometime back, 2 years ago or so. I didn't get a lot of views on it, but I thought it would be fun to share again. I actually took that original code and just pasted it in ChatGPT, and then this is what I got out of that. So that's really cool and something you could easily do as well if you wanted to modify this. You might want to report file paths, or you could even expand this into reporting packages along with the name, the version. If you have a structured folder, like you have a good structure in where you're placing these scripts, like if you're doing it by year, then you could parse that information and then even have that as a property as well. And then you could take all that information and put it in Excel. So I've created a script similar to that. I don't use it very much anymore, but you could take something like this and then tweak it. If that is something you do and you have trouble, let me know. So this is something else I wanted to point out. So you can see here I've got two of the same functions. In 2024, I opened up this script right here that was returning the insulation.cv. The CV, it's reading that information because this is a pipe insulation automation that looks at the CV and then, or the CSV, and then figures out what the insulation thickness needs to be for certain types. And so that information in, I guess, older Dynamos, and I didn't notice this before, will store that in the dependencies, so the node library dependencies. And so I opened that same Dynamo script, and I was in Revit 2024, so I was using the latest Dynamo. Opened it, saved the script, and you can see here it doesn't show up anymore when I run this function. So I guess in the past, I'm sure somebody knows more about that than I do. In the past, that information was stored in that location. You can see here this PNG. I don't think that's correct either. And I haven't opened up this script to see if by saving it, it'll remove that. But anyways, you can see here, and that could be something easy to filter out. You could say, hey, if there's anything after a dot, just remove it and return the, or actually don't even return those. Just give me the packages. But then you run into issues like this one here, like Archilabs, which is archilab.net. So anyways, that's something to consider in those older scripts. But that shouldn't be a common thing, and that's easy to, you see it show up, you can ignore it and look at other stuff. Something to point out here, in the older one, I went through and returned a bunch of information for the different scripts. In this one, I just return the scripts that have packages associated to them, and that's it. And they're in a dictionary, so when you could loop through this and return the names, you can return the names and the values, and you can go easily update your scripts if you need to. What's also cool is, say you're using a Dynamo tracker node. So you've got a node embedded in your Dynamo script that's taking data and pushing it somewhere. Well, typically you would use your own package, like your internal company package, Dynamo package. And you could use something like this to run through all of your scripts and then just looking to see if that if that node exists by returning your library. Now it's not 100%. You can also parse the Dynamo scripts and find what nodes are associated to it. So you could look at the JSON format and return the name of your Dynamo usage. But that's just another idea. Like, you could quickly verify at a glance, okay, everything has our company, something from our company package, so I want to assume that it's covered. But I would probably want to take the next step, which is looking at the for that specific node, if that's something I was doing. So as you can see, it's pretty flexible in what you can do. You can pull a lot of that information out, and you could put this into Power BI if you wanted to. Kind of depends on what you want. I think Excel works really well, especially, and this is really cool, if you pull all that information out, because it's all in the files, and you just have an automation like this set up, you just run it, and then you can have it update your library Excel document, and that Excel could be tied to something on the intranet or some other tool, and so it could all be automated, so you're not going in there and updating names all the time. It could just be automatic, and you can tie unique IDs to everything so that it's all synced together. So this will be shared. I think I did bring this over, but just to highlight this, videos out there if you want to see the older one. It's probably not that great, but it's there. And if you want this Jupyter notebook, I will save it and on my GitHub, so check that out. And these scripts that we're looking at here are actually scripts that are published on my GitHub, so they're all ones that are available, which is really cool. So check those out. But anyways, that's all I've got. Check out this Python stuff. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.